Just arrived in Snowdonia for a night of wild camping, parked in the Ogwen Valley and I'm heading up Pen Y Ole Wen. I'm about 15 minutes into ascending the lower slopes of Pen Y Ole Wen. Turning round and looking back over the Ogwen Valley, I can see spectacular views of Trefan. So I'm more than halfway up now. I've just reached my first and only scramble section for tonight. I just need to push up to the top and then work out exactly where to pitch my camp. Not far to go now, nearly at the top. 25 minutes, maybe half an hour and we should reach the summit. I'm just about to see Trefan behind me here. All I've got to do is make my way up this scree slope to the summit of Pen Y Ole Wen. And as I'm sure you're aware, I love a bit of scree, me. I've just reached the summit of Pen Y Ole Wen at 994 metres. Opened up in front of me is views of the whole Glidders and Snowdon range. On the left of the picture you can see Trefan and then Glydervour in the background, Snowdon, and in the foreground to the right hand side there we can see Garn. I've left the summit of Pen Y Ole Wen behind me, 978 metres. I'm carrying on the ridge that joins Pen Y Ole Wen to Carnedd Dafydd. Not to say that I'm antisocial, but there's a couple of people up on top of Pen Y Ole Wen this evening. As I'm on a solo wild camp, I prefer to be as isolated as possibly can. So we're going to push on. I've reached the shelter and care marker at Carnedd Uchaf, which lies about halfway along the ridge between Pen Y Ole Wen and Carnedd Dafydd. On windy days, on several occasions, I've used this as a bit of respite. Today though, no wind whatsoever, beautiful skies, going to have an amazing sunset a little bit later on. I'm at the summit of Carnedd Dafydd at 1044 metres, and although I've seen a couple of really nice campsites along the way, I really just don't feel like I'm done for the evening, so I'm going to push on to Carnedd Llewelyn. Just picking up the pace a little bit now. It's a fair distance between Carnedd Dafydd and Carnedd Llewelyn. It's only about 45 minutes before the sun sets. Just need to make sure I've got plenty of time to pitch up, and me and Jack are going to toast the sunset. Time now 10 to 9. The sunset tonight is 9:36. I estimate from here I'm about 20 minutes off the summit of Carnedd Llewelyn. That gives me 25 minutes before the sun sets. Set up my camp. Should be plenty of time. No time to slow down though. It's been a hard slog. We've made it to the summit of Carnedd Llewelyn, 1064 metres. 3 summits done. Pen Y Ole Wen, Carnedd Dafydd, Carnedd Llewelyn, 960 metres ascended, 8 kilometres, 2 hours 35 minutes. I'm just going to head off a few hundred metres off the summit and pitch up for the night. So I'm at my camp for the night, I'm all set up, ready to watch the sunset and toast with my old friend Jack. Spent last night camping about half a kilometre northwest off the summit of Carnedd Llewelyn. Was treated to another beautiful, dramatic, clear skies sunset. Packed up early this morning and I'm moving on. Just reached the summit of Yr Elen at 962 metres. Just got to backtrack a little bit now, just skirt the summit of Carnedd Llewelyn on my way to Foel Grach. The mist from this morning's lifted and looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. I can already feel the strength of the sun. It's only 8:30 in the morning. Behind me you can see Yr Elen, viewed from the south side. It's got a much more mountainous characteristic than it did when we climbed it earlier. I'm just at the summit of Garnedd Uchaf, 926 metres. Ahead of me and in the right of the picture you can see Yr Elen, which was our first destination of this morning. Beyond that in the distance you've got Carnedd Dafydd, and in the centre of the picture Carnedd Llewelyn. To the left, just moved into shot, we've got Foel Grach, our next destination. So let's go. I'm at the emergency shelter just off the summit of Foel Grach. I remember last time I was here, it was night time, it was foggy, high wind, rain, no visibility. It took me about half an hour to find it. Completely different story today though. Making my way over the summit of Carnedd Llewelyn. 1,064 metres, it's Wales' second highest mountain. It's the second time I've been over it in the last 2 days, and it's my final summit of the trip. From here, you can either decide to use the path that drops down to the reservoir and then pick up the access road from there, or you can push on to higher ground and then use a wide grassy ridge that leads off. We're going to push on. To get to the last piece of high ground before we start to descend for the final time of the day, first we've got to go over this fairly substantial scramble behind me.